So the Biden administration has basically tacitly admitted that illegal immigration is hurting these ranchers, specifically in Texas near Del Rio, where the border is. So they've come up with this new plan where ranchers in Texas are able to file a claim for damaged fencing, lost livestock, or damaged crops. A lot of the ranchers were complaining about either illegal immigrants damaging their fences or leaving behind trash that's damaging crops, or it's getting eaten by cattle, and then those cattle are getting diseases and dying because they're eating things that they're not supposed to be eating. So obviously it's costing them a lot of money. And so the Biden administration said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to allow you to file a claim so that you can be able to get paid back for this money that you're losing based on our incompetence for leaving the border wide open. And the problem with this is that, one, there's a lot of red tape that they're going to have to go through. It's going to take them a long time to file these claims, and they're going to have to prove that it happened. And I'm sure the government is most likely going to try to pay the least amount of money that they possibly can.
All of their cows will be dead by the time the check comes in. Yeah.
So it's going to take too long. And it could also be easily solved if we just address the crisis at the root, which is that too many illegal immigrants obviously are coming across the border. Biden is refusing to do anything about it. And so the Washington Examiner went and talked to some of these ranchers that are in Texas that could potentially apply for this help from the Biden administration. And pretty much all of them, or at least the ones that were cited, were not particularly excited about this new plan. They didn't think it was actually going to help. One rancher named John Paul Schuster said, quote, "It looks good on paper. It looks good in the media, but in reality, it's not servicing us right now." Another rancher named Paige Day, he said he spent $60,000 in the last year on fence repairs. Whoa. He doesn't believe that this plan is going to help him get reimbursed. He said, quote, "I almost want to say it's a political stunt by the government to say, look, we are helping the ranchers." And I mean, I think that's exactly what it is. It's a government saying we're going to make ourselves look a little bit better by offering money to these ranchers, and hopefully that can kind of hide the incompetence that we've been showing for the last year under the Biden administration. But I don't know that it's really going to help that much. I'm interested to see what you guys think, because I feel like people are going to see right through this. People are going to be able to understand that this is not going to do anything. So is it really, what is this really doing for the Biden administration?
Okay, I feel like it's one of those scenarios when you're a little kid and you accidentally hit your sister and she starts crying, and then you say, "Oh, shh, okay, shh, don't tell mom. You're fine. Here's a Band-Aid. You're fine." That's literally the situation. It's just like the Biden administration is just doing anything to make sure the ranchers are shut up, not crying, and won't tell mom, which I guess would be them anyways. But it's ludicrous. And if something like this would actually work, they would have to be paying the ranchers yearly. They would have to be paying every individual rancher along the border, which there are thousands of miles of private ranches. They'd have to be paying them thousands upon thousands every single year for the rest of time. If they were just like, yeah, we're not going to take care of immigration. We're just going to take care of the ranchers.
That's exactly what this feels like. You nailed it. And as someone who routinely abused his little sister and accidentally made her cry over and over and over again. Sorry about that, Hallie. Yeah. That is what this feels like. It's like, shh, they're there. Don't tell mom. Leave everything alone. The other thing I thought it felt like is you got a nice new truck, and some dude comes up and just nails it with a sledgehammer, and then nails it again and nails it again and nails it again. And then after he's been nailing it for a couple of years, he comes up to you and says, "Hey, here's some insurance. Here's an insurance policy you can have. You got to fill out the paperwork. It's going to pay for the damage that I do from now on." And then he just starts hitting your truck again, and it's up to you to file the paperwork and go through all of that mess. That's what this feels like, or almost like the reverse of. It's almost like the reverse of protection money somehow. But yeah, I mean, why do that? You're right. It would be an entire lifetime. But why do that when you can simply, and it's not just as simple as this, but in places it is, just finish out the fence, just finish out the wall. and that is an expenditure. That's essentially a one-time expenditure. Now you've got to continue patrolling it, and you've got to have drones and all of that
It's
stuff.
complicated.
But the heat-seeking Hellfire missiles that I want up there. But at least that you would kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Then you'd actually kill a whole lot of birds with 1 stone, because you would stop the damage to the farmer and rancher's land and
Right.
equipment. You would stop human trafficking. You wouldn't stop it, but you would greatly decrease the amount of it. You would make it much harder to human traffic, to sex traffic. It would make a massive dent in the fentanyl and drug trade just in general. And it would deal with the issue of millions, literally millions of illegals entering the country every year.